lot of parents can't wait for the time when their babies can tell them what they need, if something's wrong or if they're hurting. Well, now you can do that sooner than you'd expect by teaching a child sign language, baby sign language. Babies as young as 7 months old have been taught to sign. Here to tell us more about it, Ashley Murphree, the Executive Director and owner of Carpe Diem School in Richardson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Who do you have with you?
This is Allison Hickman. She's
Hi,
one of our toddler teachers.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being with us today. Okay, teaching sign language to youngins so that they can communicate quicker. Who came up with this idea?
Well, I'm sure there's actually different types of baby sign system. The one that we chose is a Joseph Garcia system that is called Sign With Your Baby. And we use it at our school, and it has really helped us with the management of the classroom because the children at around 6 to 8 months, they actually understand the communication skills, but they don't have the vocal cords to actually speak.
Right.
So by teaching them some signs, we're giving them tools of communication.
Okay, can you give me an example? So, like, how would you sign? What would you sign?
Well, one of the things that we teach a lot is eat, and you would do this. Ella just did
yeah, she just did it.
And they modify it a little bit. Some will do this, but this is how you do it for eat.
Right.
And we say, please. Should we please? Show me. So please. There you go. Good job. Thank you.
Cutie. And how old is she?
She's 19 months.
19 months, so you can already communicate. All right, now, is there something, give us another sign. Give us another sign.
Allison.
What about, like, if you're hurting or if you're tired or...
Is it an ouch? Ouch.
This is ouch?
And my son, actually my son's 2.5 right now, he doesn't use signs anymore.
Right.
They just sort of, once they acquire language skills, they sort of drop the signs.
I was going to ask you about that. Does that mean that the language skills are pushed back because they want to sign more?
Yeah, a lot of parents and a lot of people are really concerned about that. And actually studies have shown that children that sign as babies actually acquire more vocabulary, like 50 more words than children that don't sign.
Really?
And their average means IQ is about 12 to 14 more points than children that do. So they're acquiring more language faster because they're actually learning the communication tools
earlier.
And
that helps their IQ.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes sense, doesn't it? Is it hard to teach these kids this?
It's actually fairly easy. Allison could tell you a little bit how she does it.
How long does it take you to teach a given student?
They'll typically pick up a sign on the same day that you teach them. We always speak vocally while we do them also, but for instance, at lunch, we'll have them show us if they want milk. And they do it with their hand as opposed to saying. And if you teach it to them in the morning, by the afternoon, they've pretty much picked it up. All the common signs of words that they're used to.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we start to teach them at 7 months. And at 7 months, they're actually, at that development, they can figure out their body parts and they can mimic what you do. So at 7 months, they're actually absorbing what you're doing to them. Around about 10 to 12 months, they actually can sign back to you because their fine motor skills are really, good enough where they can actually do those signs back to you. And then about 18 to 19 months, the 2-year-olds, they can put numerous signs together.
Let me ask you this: is there a best age to start this?
Around 7 or 8 months is the best time to start.
Yeah.
And then they'll pick it up very easy. And especially if they're about 1 to 18 months, you can teach them within 1 day.
Can you wait too long to get this started?
Yeah, I mean, once they hit 2 and they're starting to pick up more words, they're not going to be as interested because naturally they want to speak more than they want to sign.
Yeah.
So if they
purpose anyway.
Right. So they have the words they don't really want to sign. Like my son, like I said, when he was 18 months, he would sign quite a bit. Now that he's 2.5 and he can put words together and tell me, he'd rather speak. And he uses his signs for emphasis. Like if he wanted something more and I'm speaking to you and I don't hear him, he'll say, "Mommy, more." And he does it in my face, like, "Look, I'm telling you, and I'm doing my sign." So I really feel
this way about this. What do the parents say?
I think parents are really happy about this. One thing is that at home, a lot of times when your kid is crying and fussy, you really don't know what's wrong with them, and now they can tell you they want milk or if they want to drink something, or they can tell you to eat, or they're hurting. My son at 18 months was telling me that his ear hurts. And
so he pointed to his ear and then did this.
Yeah, and there was no way that I would have been able to do that. You know, he couldn't tell me any other way,
right.
but he was able to sign to me and tell me that. Or like if they're hurt and they fall down and you're like, where does it hurt? And he can actually do the hurt sign and point to it.
It's amazing. Is this an international baby sign language?
It's a little bit of a modification to the American Sign. Most of it is very similar to the American Sign, but because American Sign is made for adults, it's a little bit harder. So they've modified it to a little bit to make it a little easier and simpler.
Well, it's very, very interesting. And we appreciate you all coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you do that with pretzels in your mouth? I don't think so.
Okay.
That's
Thank
okay.
you, Ella.
Thank you, Ella.
Forget us.
Yeah, they're eating now. They've already started eating. Well, thank you all very much for coming in. We certainly appreciate it. It's very interesting.
Thank you.
Very interesting. If you're interested in learning more about the Carpe Diem School, you can log on to their website, carpediempreschool.com. Debbie, over to you.
Sure.